Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHDking or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate the world's first serious Sam Siberian Mayhem running PC game running in 16K video resolution. 16K gaming, 16K benchmark, 132.7 megapixels rendered in real time, 15,360 pixels by 8,640 pixels. Let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate the menu for you. So under the menu options, graphics options will be DirectX 3D11, DirectX 11, Direct 3D X11 borderless screen. Let me use the zoom tool. As you can see, I'm using the zoom tool magnifier, Microsoft magnifier tool. For those naysayers, let me demonstrate for you that it's set to 600% right now, and look how everything is so sharp and everything is so beautiful. That means that I'm running, yes indeed, natively 16K video resolution. This is not the upscale 16K video resolution. This is the natively rendered 16K video resolution and then downscale for my native screen 8K resolution. So I'm using 8K resolution native screen with the Nvidia modified driver and Nvidia modified shadow play. I'm running through the DSR 16K resolution, but DSR is equal to native resolution. So Direct3D 11 borderless, just in case, because it's a little bit flickering on the shaders under the 16K video resolution. In about 30% of the games under the 16K UHD is flickering under the Titan RTX video card. Please keep that in mind. And Windows 10 professional operating system. I also tested under Windows 11 operating system. It also was flickering under the 16K video resolution in old school games on the Turing GPU architecture. And it's not under the Turing GPU architecture, just the way it is. So the best way to run it under the windowed mode, but borderless windowed mode. Make sure your desktop resolution is set 100% scale, 16K UHD as well, which is 15,360 by 8,640 pixels. Okay, so anti-aliasing will be none because I'm going to utilize so much of the video RAM, and I'm going to overrun the video RAM if I'm going to run the anti-aliasing is on. Rescaling filter will be Fidelity FX CAS, but I'm not gonna use any rescale, any upscale. Keep that in mind. So we're not gonna use that. So it's not going to be used at all. Under the performance, CPU speed under the ultra. Okay. Let me show it to you like that. And under the GPU speed, I'm using Ultra with the 14 customized. I'm going to show you how I'm going to run it as a maximum preset, and then I'm going to use the Ultra, medium, and low. Okay, so pretty much all kind of different presets will be covered just in case. So this is how I'm going to use it, Ultra with 14 customized preset. Let me go ahead and real quick demonstrate it for you. So as again, I'm recording this, guys, without any editing. This is going to be a single take. World's first 16K video resolution gameplay, or 16K benchmark in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game. So don't forget to smash that like button, guys, and subscribe and share it with your friends. I need your support. So max 3D rendering megapixels unlimited. Make sure it's set to unlimited. Make sure to set everything as I set it, just like that. So as you can see, maximum possible Ultra 16x under the textures. So let me demonstrate it for you. I'm going to use maximum possible preset under the sharp for the transparency and anti-aliasing. It's going to be sharp, or actually let's go ahead and put smooth maximum preset. Anti-aliasing, fast approximate anti-aliasing will be ultra. Actually 16K video resolution, I'm going to disable it completely, no anti-aliasing at all. Textual filtering, I'm going to use trial linear. Anisotropic filtering 16x. Okay. Parallax mapping will be nice, which is the best possible preset. Parallax quality, this is for the textures, will be high, maximum possible preset. Ambient occlusion will be ultra. This is going to tax a little bit of the GPU performance on the Turing GPU architecture in our case, on Titan RTX video card. Fast light is checkmarked. rendering load BIOS all the way. Maximum preset, allow refractions enabled. Max shadow size ultra, maximum possible. Actually, let's go ahead and set to maximum. So shadows enabled, which is maximum preset, just like that. Under distant plane shadows at high. Bloom at maximum visuals as well. Zoom blur is none. I don't need to have any blur because the FPS will be low. Anyways, light streaks high. Let's go ahead and set to ultra. Sharpen streaks, heat shimmer, depth of field, motion blur. I'm gonna disable the motion blur. Channel offset. Particle density all the way to the maximum value. D3. The light flare quality, which is the maximum corona reflection, and high quality trees. Tree rendering distance 4096, which is the maximum distance. Rendering crumbs everything. Grass density maximum. Crumbs density maximum. Ground update speed maximum. Ground update speed action maximum. Terrain zoom quality ultra, which is the maximum. Okay, this is the presets that we're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Okay, here we go. Let me zoom out. What does it say? Okay, we're going to go ahead and apply that. So right now it's 19 customized. As you can see, let me use the zoom tool, zoom in just a little bit, but not that much. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, just by that, like that, 200% under 16K video resolution. Look how everything is so sharp, guys. This is exactly what 16K video resolution is. When that detail under series Sam Siberian Mayhem will be sharp, even under 600%. This is the zoom into that pixels under 16K resolution. Look how everything is so sharp. Rendered natively 16K video resolution. Nvidia knows exactly how to render its resolution because it's developing its driver, developing video cards. So maximum possible preset. Thanks God the game has the benchmark under the extras in the game menu. So extras and then benchmark. I'm gonna select duration 2 minutes. And I'm going to start the benchmark. Keep in mind that in the end of this video, we're going to talk about the PC configuration and some other benchmark. I enabled the stats at the left top corner, so it's self-explanatory. The value will be exactly what it is, guys. So everything is verified. So right now I'm preloading. As again, this video is not going to be edited. I'm coming in real time. I'm using the AI CPU noise reduction. So it's not the RTX voice noise reduction. So it's not taxing any GPU, it's just taxing 2% of the CPU, but in forms of the FPS, maximum plus minus 1 FPS. If without the audio recording noise reduction, please keep that in mind. Because I'm sitting by the open case and the fan rotation on single Titan RTX video card is set to 100%. Titan RTX is also overclocked to the maximum safest environment through the software MHZ Afterburner. And the CPU Intel Core i9-9900K is overclocked to 5.3 GHz with only 6 physical cores, 6 physical threads. So I disable 2 physical cores in the BIOS, and I disabled the hyper-threading technology, which is additional 8 logical cores because they're slow in the BIOS. So I'm using the fastest possible preset of 5.3 GHz per each single core. And as you can see at the left top corner, I'm not even bottlenecking through my CPU cores. I'm not even going to stress my CPU at 50%. So not even stressing 4 cores at 100%, keep that in mind. So I'm not bottlenecked through the CPU cores. I don't need to have any additional cores or threads because they're going to create only the latency delay because it's checking if cores are loaded or not, how much they loaded, and this process takes the milliseconds. Actually nanoseconds, but minutes through the kernel, keep that in mind. So the GPU utilization 99-100%, which is excellent GPU utilization, exactly how we want to see it, 99-100%. That means that every single 4,608 CUDA cores is utilized. which is Turing GPU architecture on our Titan RTX video card. Pretty much same GPU architecture as RTX 2080 Ti video card, only RTX 2080 Ti video card has 256 CUDA core less than Titan RTX and it has 12 GB of video RAM less than Titan RTX. So Titan RTX video card today is equipped with 24 GB of video RAM, which is 24,000 megabytes of video RAM, keep that in mind. And right now I'm utilizing almost 22,000 megabytes of video RAM. So almost all the video RAM is utilized. And pretty much this is the maximum visuals, 16K video resolution, 16K gaming, 16K gameplay in PC gaming under the DirectX 12 API, DirectX 9 API, DirectX 10 and DirectX 11 API, including the OpenGL 3.6 version API, CUDA API, OpenCL API, or Vulkan 1.1 API, the commercial 3D rendering real-time APIs in 2022. 16K video resolution is maximum 3D world rendering in real-time capabilities for those APIs. So 11.9 FPS while recording with Nvidia Shadowplay in real time in 8K video resolution. So please switch your YouTube player to 8K UHD or 4320p, and keep in mind without the recording 2 FPS higher than with the recording. So add 2 FPS without the recording. Not bad. Maximum preset without the anti-aliasing, 11.9 FPS, almost 12 FPS. This is excellent result. Let's go ahead and use the presets now. So I'm gonna come back to graphics. Let me use the zoom tool. So you're gonna see what's going on. Oops, that's too much. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here we go. Look how sharp everything, and right there, for example, for those people who doesn't understand what is the 8K resolution and 16K resolution and why we need it, see that lamp right there, that texture right there? If you're gonna play that on 4K resolution, that lamp, pretty much that texture will be like 200 pixels by 200 pixels under the 4K resolution screen. So that lamp has the texture probably 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels. That means that you're not gonna even load 1/8 of that pixels of that amount of the pixels of that detail. So everything will be blurred out, and you're not gonna see those type of details. You're not gonna see those type of scratches. Check it out, those type of scratches. But under the 16K resolution, every single texture is rendered. So that lamp right there will be probably, if not 1K resolution, at least 756 pixels by 756 pixels at least, but I would say that I'm probably 1K resolution under the 16K resolution native render as it is right now. So I'm going to go ahead and change the presets. Let me go ahead and do that. This guy right there on the 4K resolution will be blurred out. As you can see over here, I can see every single detail on that little guy, and check it out. I can zoom in using the maximum zoom tool under the magnifier tool, under the Windows magnifier tool, and everything will be so sharp, so detailed. That means that I'm rendering every single pixel. Look at this, 1200, 1600% is the maximum capabilities under the Windows magnifier zoom tool, and look at this, I can see every single detail right here. That means that this will be blurred out. You're not gonna even see those edges right there, even if you're gonna play it under the 4K UHD resolution. Please keep that in mind. All right, guys, let me zoom out a little bit. Too much zoom. Look at this. We can already see I need some anti-aliasing, but this is 1600%, 1100 to be exact percent, 1000% under the 16K resolution, and right now I can see that I need to have some anti-aliasing. But as again, that means that the size of the screen probably will be like 600 inches, something like that, for you to be able to see it. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to go ahead and go performance, and under the GPU speed, now I'm going to switch to high preset, like that, and back, instead of high, back to ultra. So I'm going to test it now, ultra high, just the presets, okay, without any customization. So ultra preset, let's go ahead and I apply. You don't need to reboot the game. For this particular game, it's going to do it in real time. I apply the changes successfully in this particular game, which is Sam Siberian Mayhem. extras, benchmark, and the start benchmark 2 minutes, exactly by 2 minutes. This is exactly how much I'm going to bench it. As again, in the end of this video, I'm going to show you as a fact that my desktop is set to 16K UHD, which is 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, 16K video resolution. For our 16K benchmark in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game. This is a Steam version. So as you can see, this is the ultra preset without any modifications. Probably it's going to be a little bit too heavy, but we're going to find out. Maybe it's not even going to be the maximum visuals that I already tried. Maybe I was running the maximum, but without the anti-aliasing. But we're going to find out how it's going to stress under the ultra preset. And as again, just because this is the world's first 16K video resolution in Siberian Mayhem, in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game, I decided, what the heck, it's not about to make it as fast as possible, it's about to provide as much value and data as possible. So this is going to be the first vertex, the first coordinate in our vector direction towards the 16K benchmarking, guys, in PC gaming. And the Titan RTX video card is the first video card equipped with the 24GB of video RAM for PC gamers, and allow us to run a lot of games, almost 90% of the games in 2022 in 16K resolution. Most of them will be the old school games, but a lot of new games as well. And Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem is the 2000 game that was released in 2020, I believe, or 2021. So this is pretty much the new game, and today is November 4th, 2022. Keep in mind that this type of technology, which is Turing GPU architecture, was available to us in 2018. So Titan RTX video card equipped with 24GB of video RAM video card, which is the first video card equipped for the PC gamers, equipped with 24GB of video RAM, was available in the end of 2018. Okay. Look at this, the FPS is pretty high. The reason why I think it's not using unlimited megapixels, so it's pretty much it's dynamically scaling. The unlimited megapixels is not set, so I gotta fix that. And in terms of the VRAM utilization, is almost 16,000 megabytes of VRAM utilization, but FPS is pretty high. There is something is going on over here. We're about to find out what is going on. System RAM utilization is almost 14,000 megabytes, as you can see, so very high system RAM utilization as well, and very high video RAM utilization, but not as high as it was before when I was running 16K resolution. Very high FPS, 107 FPS. Something is wrong with that. Let's go ahead and double check what's going on, so you're not gonna repeat my mistakes. Something is wrong under my settings. Let me go ahead and use the zoom tool again. Okay, zoom tool under 200%. So graphics options, yes, max 3D rendering megapixels. So this is kind of dynamic scaling if it's not set to unlimited. Make sure it's unlimited, otherwise it's not going to do it. So unlimited, and now remove the multi-sampling to none. So now we can use the ultra preset. Make sure that VSync is off, so you're gonna render the maximum possible FPS, so it's not limited to hertz of your refresh rate of your screen. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and click yes. So we set that. Okay, so maximum 3D rendering megapixels should be, guys, unlimited. So now I set, alright, so GPU speed is impossible to run ultra completely. It's going to be too customized if you're gonna set to unlimited megapixels. And the reason why, let me double check the customize menu for you. The reason why, because I set the max 3D rendering megapixels to unlimited, and when you're changing that, it's going to be an anti-aliasing is changed. This is how it's going to relate from ultra to two customized options like that. So you cannot keep it completely ultra, but this is acceptable. Let's go ahead and test it like that. This is still ultra, but without the anti-aliasing and unlimited megapixels rendered capability. So it's going to be native rendering that resolution. Alright, so extra, let's go ahead and bench it like this now. Let me zoom out and start the benchmark. As again, 2 minutes. before that high FPS was 1/4 of the screen resolution was rendered as native. Keep that in mind. So pretty much most likely it was probably 8K resolution or even smaller than 8K, maybe like a 7K resolution. 1/4 should be 8K resolution, but possibility maybe even lower than that. Keep in mind that over the UHDking.com YouTube channel, I'm going to test the 8K resolution, 10K resolution, 12K resolution, and 16K resolution on a single Titan RTX. And just because the game supporting DirectX 11 API, there is a possibility it's going to support the SLI. But throughout the history, serious Sam PC game developers did not include SLI in the Series Sam 3, Series Sam 4, so there is a possibility that Series Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game doesn't support the SLI as well. But DirectX 11 API supports the SLI, but probably it's not programmed to support the SLI through the game engine. Keep that in mind. Alright, so the FPS kind of show us exactly that it's ultra preset. You can tell it, and MS stands for the milliseconds. It's a latency delay between the hardware and software. So hardware will be CPU, system RAM, GPU, video RAM, and software will be such as Windows operating system, which is Windows 10 professional operating system, DirectX 11 API, and the Nvidia driver. It's all delay. In terms of the MS stands for milliseconds, and FPS stands for frames per second. We want to have frames per second as high as possible at the left top corner, and MS we want to keep as low as possible. Comfortable gameplay in terms of the milliseconds, in terms of the latency delay, will be below 10 milliseconds. Below 20 milliseconds, gameplay is almost comfortable. Above 20 milliseconds, the gameplay is not comfortable. Above 30 milliseconds, this is where the stuttering and lagging starts, even if the FPS is high. Keep that in mind. But pretty much milliseconds latency delay is pretty much calculated from the algorithms based on the FPS. Okay. Almost 20,000 megabytes of our video RAM utilization, but video RAM utilization is way lower than I used to throughout my first benchmark throughout this video. Keep that in mind, which is great news. So single Titan RTX, as you can see, cannot render 16K video resolution at playable FPS at the maximum ultra preset. But there is a possibility maybe it's going to be playable at the lowest possible preset. And as again, RTX 3090 video card, which is 1.7 times faster than Titan RTX video card, there is a possibility still also cannot render in playable FPS. But RTX 4090 video card will be able to most likely to play at 30 FPS at ultra preset, which will be playable but not comfortable. Alright, let's go ahead, but I'm going to test it, guys, over the UHDking.com with all kind of different video cards and all kind of different GPU architectures. Alright, so ultra preset, we saw the ultra preset. Let's go ahead and change it. And from ultra preset now, we're gonna change it to high preset performance. So from ultra to customize, I'm going to do high preset. Let's go ahead and do that, apply that. Max FPS unlimited, make sure you check mark that as well. So GPU memory ultra, GPU speed high, and CPU speed ultra. Let's go ahead and quit that. It's gonna tell us, do we want to save it? I want to say yes. Now you want to click multi-sampling anti-aliasing none, and you want to click the maximum 3D rendering megapixels unlimited as again. So it's going to render unlimited megapixels, so it's not going to be limited to some of the resolution. Okay, so just like that, and now when you're gonna do it like that, it's going to be under the GPU speed high preset, but with two customized, which is normal, and it's going to be high preset. It's required to do that. So you're gonna disable the anti-aliasing, and you're gonna disable the maximum 3D rendering megapixels to unlimited. All right, let's go ahead and benchmark it now. So it's set to go, extras, and benchmark. I'm gonna set to 2 minutes as again. Here we go, and start the benchmark. Siberian Mayhem, the first level. Let's go ahead and have a look. So if you're going to duplicate the benchmark, make sure you're using the same presets. So the FPS should be higher now, and we should utilize the less VRAM, but we're going to find out. There is a possibility the less system RAM will be utilized as well, but as you can see, the Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game under the 16K video resolution is also utilizing a lot of system RAM, which is unusual for a lot of games. Mostly it's going to be utilized on heavy on the video RAM, and system RAM is pretty much utilized below 12 gigabytes, and 90% of the games that I tested under the 16K video resolution. But just because the Siberian Sam just because the Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem is pretty new game, it was released I believe in 2020, that's why the system RAM utilization is also high, above 12 gigabytes, as you can see. So video RAM utilization still below 20,000 megabytes or 20 gigabytes. The 24 gigabyte of video RAM video card will be more than enough in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game. Keep that in mind, to be able to run 16K video resolution. Now you will be bottlenecked by the GPU performance and computing performance. So the faster GPU technology, the faster FPS will be, keep that in mind. But 24 gigabyte of video RAM is required for you to run Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem without any issues on Nvidia technologies or AMD technologies. Will probably require a little bit less than that because AMD is using better texture compression through the hardware methods, but as again, it's also going to be most likely like 19 gigabytes for the AMD video cards requirements as well. So to be safe, 24 gigabyte of video RAM is required for the Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem to run successfully PC game in 16K video resolution under all kind of different scenarios and presets. Alright, so we improve in terms of the FPS by about 2 FPS, not that much. So ultra versus the high, pretty much the same deal. Maybe difference will be 1-2 FPS difference. But medium most likely will bring us some difference, and I'm pretty sure the low preset will bring us some difference as well. Keep that in mind. CPU utilization well below 50%. That means that we're not even utilizing 4 cores at 100%. So we're not bottlenecked by the CPU cores, but I'm running higher frequency while disable 2 physical cores and hybrid threading technology, which is the logical cores, as again very slow cores under the Intel 9000 series. So it's like 3 logical cores is equal 1 physical core. Keep that in mind under the heavy stress. So you want to eliminate them and try not to use the logical cores. Use the only physical cores, physical threads. Alright, so 13.9 FPS average at high, so pretty much we improved by 2 FPS, not bad. Let's go ahead and do the medium now. Options, let me use the zoom tool as again, zoom in a little bit. So under the graphics options, I'm going to go ahead and switch now under the performance. Make sure that your field of view is 120 as well. Under the performance, I'm going to switch to medium now, and I'm going to apply to that. Escape. They're going to ask us, do we want to apply? Yes. As again, field of view 120, guys, because if you're going to use field of view 80, 60 or 90, you're going to render less camera view. You want to set it to 120 maximum field of view in degree for the Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. Okay, so under the multi-anti-aliasing, I'm going to click none, and under the maximum rendering megapixels, unlimited. So it's still going to render 16K video resolution as native, and I'm going to apply it to that. And now I'm going to say yes, and now under the performance, if you're going to do that, you're going to be medium with 2 customized, which is normal, which is anti-aliasing disable, and unlimited under the maximum 3D rendering in terms of the megapixels. Let's quit that. Under the extras, we're going to run the benchmark as again for 2 minutes and start the benchmark. I'm going to zoom out the first level. Let's go ahead and have a look. Pretty much it's going to run the time demo recorded by the game developers, but it comes with every single original version of the vanilla version of the Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem. So okay, what's going on here? what 1 second, guys. I didn't see my mouse cursor. It's such a small right there. Okay, I gotta select the level to be able to run it. All right, so now right now it's loading. The loading time is usually longer than usual because the amount of textures and the data under the 16K video resolution is 4 times more than 8K video resolution. Keep that in mind. It's 132.7 megapixels rendered in real time, guys, which is 1/10 of the gigapixels rendered in real time. And as again, 16K video resolution, 3 volt, rendered in real time is the maximum video resolution in PC gaming under all kind of commercial 3D rendering real-time APIs such as DirectX, OpenGL, OpenCL, CUDA, Vulkan API, Mantle. 16K video resolution 3 volt is the maximum, but the texture, 3D texture could be rendered under the 32K resolution natively. Keep that in mind under those commercial 3D rendering real-time APIs. Alright, so we improve in terms of the FPS is again by about 2 more FPS. So from ultra to medium, it's about 4 FPS improvement. Not bad, but still not comfortable gameplay. Keep that in mind. But for the RTX 4090 video card, which is the ADA GPU architecture, which is 2 more GPU architecture after Turing GPU architecture, I would say it's at least 3x faster than Titan RTX Turing GPU architecture G102 GPU, which is I'm using today. So I would say 20 FPS times 3 will be 60 FPS. So there is a possibility under the medium preset with the RTX 4090 video card is going to be very comfortable playable status, guys, under the 16K resolution under the medium preset. But as again, I'm going to test it with RTX 4090 video card, which is the RTX 4000 series video card by Nvidia, ADA GPU architecture over the UHDking in a few days, probably a few months. Is coming out. It's going to be tested probably in the end of 2022. Keep that in mind. Alright, so 20 FPS average, not bad sometimes. And as again, RTX 3090 or RTX 3090 Ti, which pretty much the same video card as RTX 3090, but only 256 CUDA core more on the RTX 3090 Ti video card. But when you're going to overclock RTX 3090, you're going to measure the performance of the RTX 3090 Ti video card in stock. So pretty much RTX 3090 Ti video card is Titan RTX for the first generation of the RTX video cards, because the difference between the RTX 2080 Ti video card is 256 CUDA cores less than Titan RTX, just like the difference between the RTX 3090 and RTX 3090 Ti video card. So pretty much RTX 3090 Ti is the late Titan, pretty much the RTX 3000 series. Alright, 16.4 FPS, and as again, this is within the shadow play recording in 8K resolution. Without the shadow play recording in 8K resolution, please add 2 FPS. So it's going to be around 18 FPS without the recording. So we improved by 2 FPS, not bad. 16.4 at medium preset, 16K video resolution. This is a great result, guys, for the first video card that is capable to run 16K video resolution in serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game. This is great results right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch now to low preset. So I'm going to go under the performance, and instead of GPU speed medium, now I'm going to switch to, let's go ahead and actually do low and then the lowest, just to test all kind of preset, because this is the world's first 16K video resolution in serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game, so why not, right? It's not about as fast as possible. Wow, it's so responsive now, but maximum rendering megapixels 1.5. Let's go ahead and fix that to unlimited. And anti-aliasing is none, so we're Gucci over here. And under the performance now, it should be low preset with 1 customized, because it's not using the anti-aliasing under the low preset, so that makes sense. Let me go ahead and zoom out, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Okay, look like it's automatically applied. We're gonna go to extra, and we're gonna go ahead and do the benchmark as again for 2 minutes as usual. Start benchmark. Let's go ahead and start it now. Alright, so hopefully the FPS will be way above 25 FPS, but we're going to find out if FPS will be 30 FPS in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game. For the old school gamers, it could be also almost like a comfortable status, because a lot of Serious Sam old school gamers used to play 30 FPS average, because on their Voodoos and Voodoos 2 video cards all the way back in 1999, when the first Serious Sam was released. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and have a look. Well, alright, 20 FPS start, not bad start, but it's not going to be 25 FPS. So pretty much low versus the medium, probably the difference will be 2 FPS. In newer games that was released in 2020, 2021, 2022, when you switch in between the high to low preset, the difference in terms of the FPS will be like 10%, 15% maximum between the presets. It's not like in old school PC games. When you switch in between the low and high, the difference in FPS could be 30 or even sometimes 50%. It's not like that in the newer games that was released after 2020. Please keep that in mind. Even after 2018, I would say. Alright, so around 20 FPS average. That means that RTX 4090 video card over here will show most likely comfortable 60 FPS, and this is very comfortable gameplay for this particular game. But RTX 3090 Ti or RTX 3090 video card equipped with 24GB of video RAM, same as Titan RTX video card, is not going to be enough to play this game at comfortable FPS. It's probably going to be below 40 FPS, because the performance boost will be only 1.7, 1.8 times maximum when the GPU will be loaded 99-100%. But as again, I will try to test it with RTX 3090 or RTX 3090 Ti, or both of them, guys, over the UHDking.com and over the 15360x8640.com website that is dedicated to 16K UHD, 16K gameplays, 16K benchmarks. Go ahead and check it out by UHDking. And guys, I need to have your support. Go ahead and smash that like button, share it with your friends, subscribe it, and yeah, positive comments, and share it with, throughout different websites on Steam. Share my videos and support me, guys. Yeah, we increased in terms of the FPS by about, I would say, 2 FPS, something like that, almost 3 FPS. From 16.9 we went to 19.4, which is great, but not playable FPS. But as again, for the first video card that is capable to benchmark it and almost at the playable status, this is a great result. 19.4, guys. All right, so this is at the low preset. Let's go ahead and check out the lowest possible preset. The reason why I'm showing to you, even if it doesn't make sense under 16K resolution to show the lowest possible preset, because a lot of people was asking, and this is just to show the CPU performance, not the GPU performance, but CPU performance under the 16K video resolution, which is maximum visuals, but with the lowest possible preset, which is going to be very heavy under the CPU stressing. Keep that in mind. Alright, graphics options. Let me go ahead and zoom in. Alright, we're gonna go under the performance, and now under the performance I'm going to check under the lowest possible preset, just like that. Lowest, everything else set at ultra. Let's go ahead and bench it like that, and then everything will be at lowest possible preset. The last benchmark. So right now, and maximum 3D render megapixels, make sure it's unlimited, so we're still going to render 16K video resolution. And as you can see, when I'm switching between the megapixel rendering, you can see the how the resolution is changing. So right now, indeed, we're rendering native 16K resolution, but before we wasn't. When I switched, you saw that based on that little guy right there on the details, level of the details. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do it. So under the performance now, it's going to be like this: lowest preset with one customize. Makes sense. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Quit that, it's already applied. Quit that, and extras, and benchmark, and as again, select 2 minutes, and let's go ahead and have a look. 2 minutes, start benchmark, and first level. Gotta select the level. Here we go. It's loading up. Hopefully Come on, give us 25 FPS. 25 FPS will be wonderful, but I don't think so. Maybe 22 FPS is maximum. And as again, without the recording, 2 FPS extra. So could be 25 FPS with the 13,900K CPU for sure. It's going to be around 25, maybe even 27 FPS. So 13,900K CPU overclock above 5 gigahertz, guys, most likely will show us 25 FPS at least, but I would say maybe even 27 or even 30 FPS, because the performance boost when I'm going to use, instead of my i9-9900K at 5.3 gigahertz with much better architecture and much better instruction per clock, which is 13,900K CPU, the performance boost should be at least 10%. That means at least 10% when 20 FPS is average will be 2 FPS boost, but I would say 10-15 FPS, 15% FPS boost will be when I'm going to switch to 13,900K CPU and I'm going to overclock it on top of it. It's going to be 15%, 15% boost, I would say, and it means going to be probably around 3 FPS. So instead of 21, 22 FPS, I'm going to receive like 24 FPS with 13,900K CPU, while investing additional $300 wasted. Instead of that, guys, I advise you to invest towards the newer video cards in the future and buy parts used if you're smart and you're going to be a smart guy and you're gonna pretty much experience a lot of technologies and have fun. Alright, so and without the recording, most likely it's going to be way above 25 FPS on 13,900K CPUs, but as again, over the UHDking.com, we're going to benchmark it in the future with the future CPUs and future video cards, and this is the first vertex or the first coordinate in 16K video resolution benchmarking in Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game, because it has included benchmarking, and benchmark is solid, as you can see, and it's great to benchmark it in the future. And this is the first vertex, or the first coordinate is again under the 16K video resolution benchmarking. And the Titan RTX video card is the first video card, guys, that allows us to run 90% of the games that was released in 2022. Old school, newer games, any type of games, 90% of them is runnable with the Titan RTX video card, at least benchable, in 16K video resolution, which is a great deal, because that means 5 years from now, it's most likely it's going to be way above 30 FPS in any games in 2022 or the old games for sure. So 21.5 FPS, so increased by about almost 3 FPS, 2 FPS for sure. Very great result. And now I'm going to go ahead and put everything at lowest possible preset just to see how the CPU performs completely. Raw performance. For those people who's curious, don't forget to smash that like button. This is for you guys. You're asking a lot and I'm doing it for you. So performance, we're gonna switch performance, and now under the performance, excellent CPU speed right here, I'm going to set to lowest as well, and GPU memory I'm going to set to lowest as well, but I'm going to keep maximum FPS at unlimited. I'm going to apply that. I'm going to escape that, and over here maximum 3D rendering megapixels unlimited, multi-sampling anti-aliasing is none. Just like that, guys. This is going to be our preset, and under the performances, again, this is how we're gonna run it. This is how it should be. Let's go ahead and bench it just like that. Alright, I'm gonna quit that. I already applied that. Under the extras is again benchmark 2 minutes, and I'm going to start the benchmark. Here we go. Serious Mayhem, and select the first level. It's going to be preloaded. Most likely it's going to load it faster than it did before, because it's going to pretty much compile the textures and shaders in a lower resolution, most likely. Maybe not the lower resolution, but lower level of details. It's going to compile it faster. But we're going to find out. Maybe I'm going to achieve 25 FPS right now. If it's going to be 25 FPS average right now, that means with the 13,900K CPU, about 5 gigahertz with the same Titan RTX video card, is going to be 30 FPS average. So most likely it's going to be playable status for sure in this particular game. Maybe not comfortable status, but playable status for sure, and even enjoyable. But as again, in terms of the level of details, of course you don't want to play it like this under the 16K resolution, because as you can see, level of details even under 16K resolution, it's nice, but it's not as nice as 4K resolution with the maximum possible visuals. So look like 4K resolution at the medium visuals, under the 16K resolution at the lowest possible visuals, because the level of amount of pixels and everything is compact, and 132.7 megapixels rendered in real time is not a joke. A lot of details, a lot of information, and generating the whole frame of the beautiful visuals. Even when the textures and details are blurred out, but still looking great because the amount of the pixels rendered in real time. Well, almost 25 FPS as average. This is great. So 13,900K CPU, about 5 gigahertz over here will show pretty much 30 FPS average on the Titan RTX video card. That means that RTX 4090 video card, RTX 4090 video card with the 13900K CPU in serious Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game under the 16K video resolution, everything at lowest will show way above 60 FPS, way above 90 FPS, not 60, but way above 90 FPS, because the performance on the RTX 4090 video card will be, with 24 gigabyte of video RAM, will be 3x from the performance on a single Titan RTX video card. So pretty much Titan RTX video cards is 3x of the performance as Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, and RTX 4090 video card is 3x performance boost versus the Titan RTX video card. The scale of the performance boost from the Nvidia video cards is solid, guys. Alright. Nvidia did a great job, guys, and RTX 4090 video card most likely going to be the last video card for PC gamers before they're going to switch to mobile gaming and AR experience. I do not believe in VR experience, but I believe in mobile gaming and AR experience, guys. Alright, so you saw the FPS. Alright, so we saw the FPS, we increased by a little bit, and let me underline it, guys, with you. I'm going to demonstrate that my desktop is set to 16K video resolution, and we're going to talk about my PC configuration setup a little bit. So I'm going to use this again, the zoom tool. Let me move in the magnifier tool right here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit, 500%. Look at this, everything is so solid, so sharp. Try to zoom in like this to 1000% under 4K resolution. Everything will be so pixelated, but when your desktop is set to 16K resolution native, even with the DSR, but it's still rendering native. And look at this 100% scale, 15,360 by 8,640 pixels, which is 132.7 megapixels. It's rendering, guys, same as native 16K video resolution. Okay, it's forcing and then it's downscaling to 8K resolution, but it's rendering just like 16K resolution screen will do. Alright, so let me show you the benchmarks. I did keep in mind that I did the benchmarks without the Nvidia shell per recording. So as again, 6 cores, 6 threads. I disabled 2 physical cores, disabled the hyper-threading technology, which is additional logical 8 cores, or 8 threads to be specific. 5300 megahertz or 5.3 gigahertz or 53 multiplier as the external maximum frequency, and 52 multiplier as AVX2 instruction frequency, which is 5200 megahertz, and Intel 9000 series CPU, switching a lot to AVX2 instructions because it's using lower voltage, lower frequency, lower temperature. It's the nature of the Intel 9000 series CPUs. Okay, I was using Z390. As you can see, it's a little bit maxed out because I was switching the presets and such, and it didn't refresh correctly. Z390 ASUS Maximum 11 here. I mean Z390 Maximus here. Yeah, 11 here. Yep. 1600 megahertz, which is times 2, 3200 megahertz. CL11. This is not CL16, not CL14, not even CL13. The lower CL is better, the low value. CL11. This is the fastest possible DDR4 that is available. 1T command. My frequency, I use the 48 multiplier for the cache frequency on the CPU, so it's 4800 megahertz. Dual channel for DDR4, which is 128-bit, but I use the 4 sticks, 8 gigabytes of each, 32 gigabytes total, which is the best scenario even for dual channel. The best will be for a quad channel, but This motherboard doesn't support quad channel even with 4 sticks, but dual channel with 4 sticks is the best possible scenario for all kind of different memories, guys, system RAM, in terms of the DDR4. Keep that in mind. And I achieved that while using Corsair DDR4 5000 megahertz, which is 2500 megahertz times 2 5000 megahertz CL11, but unstable on this motherboard because it is Micron chip, not the Samsung chip, and it doesn't like the high frequency but loves lower latency, and this is exactly how I utilize it at the maximum performance, maximum boost out of this memory. Graphics, this is how Titan RTX on maximum overclock under CPU Z, and this is the benchmark. Single thread performance for PC gaming in 2022 or older games is crucial. Multi-thread performance is not crucial. Multi-thread performance is crucial when you're utilizing every single thread at 100%, but I didn't utilize even at 50%. My 6-core and 6-core scaled at 5.7 times, which is great scaling. Almost 6 cores scale at 6x. Let me show you 5950X, which is the newest CPU than 9900K. I'm almost as fast as that CPU, as you can see, and dominating 3950X, which is the same generation CPUs. Let me scroll it for you. Go ahead and press the pause button for those who's curious. 10900K CPU are dominating. This is the newer generation Intel CPU, dominating this CPU, as you can see in PC gaming. And this is the same CPU right here, 9900KF. I'm dominating by 100 points almost in terms of the single thread performance. So 5.3 gigahertz boosted up about at least 10% in terms of the performance in PC game, in terms of the FPS, through the free overclock that I achieved on my 9900KF. Okay, for those who's curious, a little quick, some different CPUs. Go ahead and press the pause button. This is the quick demonstration. Okay. Okay, if I'm going to add more cores to the CPU, enable more cores while those cores disabled, my values in terms of the level 1 cache, level 2 cache, level 3 cache, in terms of read-write copy, bandwidth will increase, but memory, which is system RAM, read-write and copy value will be the same bandwidth, even if I'm going to add more cores or disable more cores, and latency will be the same. The latency is unheard of, guys, below 45 nanoseconds. This is the fastest possible scenario for DDR4 on Intel 9000 series CPUs for sure. This is demonstrating the fastest possible performance out of the Intel 9000 series CPU right here, guys. Go ahead and compare it. As again, every single benchmark was done without the Nvidia Shadow Play. As again, Titan RTX is overclocked. When it's overclocked, it's as fast as RTX 3080 video card, maybe even hairs faster than that. And my bandwidth even faster than RTX 3080 video card video RAM, which is the better video RAM. That is Samsung GDDR6 on Titan RTX, because Titan RTX video RAM Samsung GDDR6 is 100 gigabytes per second slower than RTX 3080 video RAM. But right now I'm 20 gigabytes per second faster than RTX 3080 video card, because I overclock it to the MSI Afterburner for free through the software, which is Home Safe Environment Overclock. I highly recommend that. 10% performance boost for free. And let me bring the Titan RTX to stock and I will explain it to you. So we decreased by 10 gigapixels per second pixel fill rate because we achieved that through the GPU overclock. We decreased textual fill rate by 30 gigatexels per second. We achieved that through the GPU overclock as well, and we decreased the bandwidth in terms of our video RAM because we were running 790 gigabytes per second, which is 120 gigabytes per second faster than I'm running right now through the video RAM overclock for free through the MSI Afterburner, as you saw. So I was running 20 gigabytes even faster than RTX 3080 video card, but right now I'm 100 gigabytes slower than RTX 3080 video card, and I achieved 120 gigabytes per second bandwidth increase, which is twice as faster as my system RAM bandwidth can push in terms of the DDR4 in this system. Alright, guys, so that's pretty much it. Today is November 4th, 2022. This type of technology was available in the end of 2018. This is on the background my system. I'm using the single Corsair H150i Pro water cooler system, AAO, 360mm radiator with three 120mm fans. This is pretty much you're going to be receive the same performance if you're going to use any AR, 360mm video and three 120mm fans. I highly recommend you to do not buy the Corsair H150i Pro. Buy the cheapest possible. I'm going to post in the end after the Christmas below $100 360mm AR. They're gonna last you pretty much the same as Corsair 3-5 years before it's gonna go down, but gonna demonstrate the same performance on this type of CPU. As again, this CPU is not stable, it's overheating with the 5.3 gigahertz, even with the 8 physical cores. So you gotta shut down the disable 2 physical cores, and you gotta disable the hyper-threading technology to achieve stable 100% stable 5.3 gigahertz on 6 cores, 6 threads. Keep that in mind. All right, right now I'm putting some great videos for you to check out. I'm also going to benchmark series Sam Siberian Mayhem in 12K resolution, 10K resolution, 8K resolution, 6K resolution, 5K resolution, and 4K resolution, 1080p, 1440p on this system as well. Titan RTX is in SLI is not supported, so I'm not going to test Titan RTX in SLI because it's not supported. But if it's going to be supported somehow, I'm going to test it just in case. But if it's not, then it's not going to be available over the UHDking.com. Stick around, subscribe, smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy was invested, guys. Share it with your friends, and I will see you till the next time. Have a great day. UHDking, aka I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and now you know exactly why I play 16K, because I was the first YouTuber that introduced you to 16K gaming, 16K gameplays back in 2015, and I continue that tradition. Support me, guys. Till the next time. And by the way, I have a little gift for you right here. I cannot give you away the Series Sam Siberian Mayhem PC game, but I'm going to give you away, guys, this beautiful, just because it's world's first 16K resolution UHD gameplay in Series Sam. I decided to go ahead and give you a similar game, which will be Hard Reset Redux PC game, which will include the all kind of DLC as the Hard Reset original game, and Redux is pretty much better version of it, running DirectX 11 API versus DirectX 9 API. And here's the code. Go ahead and activate in your Steam game client if you existing user, or if you go ahead and register an account if you don't have any. This is to the first activator. Please let me know who you are in the comments down below, so we're gonna know if you activated the game or not. And this again, positive comments. Thank you so much for watching now. Till the next time, guys, and I will see you. Support me. It's going to be a great 16K benchmarks over the UHDking in the future. Stick around, guys. Stay tuned. Till the next time.